it's Chris Travels. Today we are in the country of Antigua and Barbuda in the Caribbean, which it's split into two different islands, Barbuda being the smaller one and Antigua the bigger one, which we're on right now. And we're starting the journey off in the capital city of St. John, and let me tell you, the city has a lot of character and a lot of traffic. A little bit about this country. So beautiful. So many beaches. There are 365 different beaches here, all separate, all free to enter, which is great. The water is super blue and has rainforests, and we're spending 3 days here. Well, 3.5 days, and we're just gonna explore and try to just have a good time. Right now, we're in the capital, so the first thing I want to do is just eat some food. Okay, so the first restaurant we're trying is called Roti Gang, and if you don't know what a roti is, it's like a wrap from the Caribbean, and it's very, very famous here, very popular, and it's filled with like curry or different meat. Okay, so I got two things here. We got a chana double, which is like a flatbread, and I believe it originates in Trinidad and Tobago, but then it's filled with like chickpeas and like a curry sauce. And here is the roti, big wrap, very, very hefty, very heavy. Oh man, it's nice and hot. So I'm gonna dig right into the double. Oh my god. Oh my god. Honestly, it's super, super flavorful. And the dough, it's so soft. Oh man. Now, here's for the roti. Nicely folded. Oh man. Wow. So many textures in there and flavors. Oh, it's dripping out. Oh man. Definitely delicious. It's like a chicken curry. St. John doesn't have so much sights to see. It's mainly good for shopping and eating. But one sight you should definitely see is the St. John Cathedral. And this was made in the late 1600s, but it was reconstructed multiple times. As you're walking around here, you're gonna notice there's lots of gravestones here. I really don't know who they are, why they're here. I'm guessing they're like priests or just close family members of the cathedral. You have this area called the Public Market Complex, and there's a whole bunch of street vendors here selling clothing and all sorts of things, seafood and meat market as well. I'm really here to check out some of the island's fruits, because if you're on an island, you need fruit. I say this all the time, get the fruit. A little bit outside of the busy part of the city is Fort James, which is an old British fort built in the early 1700s. And yeah, it's actually free to enter, open all the time, and it's just surrounded by the beautiful water near some beaches. So let's check it out. I guess it's really not the most popular fort, as there's really nobody here and there's really not any upkeep here. But it kind of gives it a cooler feeling of just exploring the abandoned yourself. Just checked into my apartment in English Harbor, about 40 minutes away from the capital city, St. John. The road was super, super bumpy and dark. So if you rent a car, I recommend a 4x4 or all-wheel drive vehicle. Alright, starting the next day early at 6 a.m. and we're driving to a short trail. We are Jones Valley Trail has different sights you could see, but we're gonna go ahead and take this now. Should be nice, sweet. It's very humid here. As you're wandering through, you're gonna notice more and more grave sites along the way. Some of them are hidden, but then you just think and you find yourself in an actual entire cemetery, which it's cool, but it's also kind of eerie. These date to about into the 1700s. Some of them blank, so they might be older. I'm not really sure. And right after, you find yourself in what seems to be an old house. Whew. This hike actually ends up at Shirley Heights viewpoint, which is super popular. And I was planning on coming here later, but I don't have to because now I'm here and whew, it is beautiful. Wow. And I believe later in the day they have like a bar here and maybe a restaurant. I could be wrong, but overall very beautiful view. Actually gonna continue onto the Carpenter Rock Trail. It's about 1.5 miles extra, and it just actually makes it a whole loop, so you're back at your parking spot. Yeah, so be careful where you step because got a cactus stuck in my leg right now and it hurts like crazy. Ouch. Ouch. You're able to get another view of the harbor, which is very nice, but overall the hike all around, especially the second half, full of beautiful coastal views. And now I'm kind of at sea level, which is very nice. It looks like a very good spot for fishing. Of course I don't have a rod, but still very nice. At the end of the hike, you end up at Galleon Beach, where you could just relax, soak up some sun, cool off in the beautiful water, and really just enjoy yourself. If you do this hike, make sure you wear proper footwear. That is very important. Here we are at the Donkey Sanctuary of Antigua. The entrance is free, so you don't have to pay, but these donkeys here are all rescued by the Humane Society, and donations are very much appreciated. You can sponsor a donkey for $30 for a whole year, or you can buy some products or just a donation. Anything helps these cute guys, and you actually get a nice brush, and if they like you, they'll let you brush them. Driving through Antigua, you're gonna notice these huge towers, and now these are all from sugar production back in the day. And here we are at Betty Hope's sugar plantation, which is a historic open air museum where they have all the information of how the Europeans discovered sugar, brought it over here, and unfortunately slavery was mixed into those, but I think it's a great thing to learn. And this one right here behind me is one of the only ones that were restored on the island. Now we are at Devil's Bridge, which is about a 10-minute ride away, and it's super windy, but so far it's very, very beautiful. And I think this is the bridge right here. Over here at Half Moon Bay now, and compared to the pictures, there's a lot of seaweed and debris on the shore, which is okay, it's natural. And there are hurricanes passing through, so it is a bit gray and gloomy right now, unfortunately, but still a nice spot. I think I'm just sit here and just take it all in. So I tried to go on a hike in Wallings National Reserve. Couldn't find the entrance, but I did find this very nice lady selling food on the corner of the street. And I got some traditional saltfish and dakana served with chop, which is just chopped greens. And the dakana is kind of like Antigua's tamale. So we're gonna dig right in. And I believe it's made of like sweet potato. I don't really know. I'll put it down. Okay. Interesting. And saltfish is always super good. Got a little of the chop. Just fresh greens. It breaks up the saltiness and the slight sweetness of the dakana it has. Wow. I also got some goat water, served for breakfast usually, and served in a cup. It's like a goat stew. Wow, look how dark the goat is here. Get right in. Oh man, just super rich and thick. Wow. Oh, you get to taste the spices in this. Right now I'm in the English Harbor area where all the yachts, where the marina is, and people with money basically. And it's a pretty cool area to stay. It's very popular. A lot of tourists come here, a lot of restaurants and bars. Not as cheap as the street side food, but it still seems pretty cool. First stop here is Pigeon Point Beach, very popular beach, and I can see why. It's just very, very nice. The views from it are beautiful. To a more secluded beach, I think, about 6 minutes away, and this is called Windsor Beach. And oh yes, only person here, perfect. Absolutely calls for some star fruit. Alternatively, you probably could have drove up this path I'm taking. I decided to walk just because I feel like walking, you're able to take in the environment a lot more. These mountains here are actually old military forts, so you have the old fort walls and things like that as you're on the path. One thing I really like about Antigua, I mean all of it, but all of the forts and some of the sites are free entrance, and everything seems so free roaming and wild. Like, I'm the only one here again, and it's been that way most of my trip, and that's just awesome. The trail connects to Nelson's Dockyard National Park, which is a very small area, but historic. It was built in late 1700s, and it was used to aid the Navy ships for the English to go to war with France and to defend the island. This area is basically a big open air museum, a lot of old historic buildings. I believe they have a museum building as well, restaurants, shops, and it's a good area to just relax or swim as well. So I definitely recommend just checking the place out, period. Back at the English Harbor area, a lot of restaurants are closed, but I did find Aaron's Bar and Grill. It's a small little shack. Got some jerk pork and homemade ginger beer. This was under 20, I think it was 18 total EC. So let's get into this jerk pork. Oh. Super fatty, melts in your mouth. The seasoning on this, you can tell it's been marinated for a very long time. Wow. Delicious. My final big stop in Antigua is Rendezvous Beach. So it is a bit hard to get to. You have to drive on a dirt road, so you're gonna need a 4x4 vehicle, and you pass by this horse riding school, and yeah, we're on a dirt road. You could also just hop off and walk the whole thing. So made it over to the beach. This area I'm in is very rocky, and the waves are super powerful. So it doesn't look like I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna find the sandy area, but this is very nice though. The rocks are really cool looking. They have holes in them. You can see seashells. I really could not ask for a more beautiful scenery right here. You have this blue water here with the strong waves, the rocky beach surrounded by lush green mountains. It's just super amazing. Basically, I'm gonna cut the video right here. This is everything I did in the 3 days in Antigua. This whole country is beautiful. I gotta say, this so far is my favorite Caribbean island. There's just a vibe to it you can't beat. Everything seems so natural and authentic. The people were nice, the food is delicious, and the scenery is just super beautiful. If you guys have recommendations, please, I will be back. Other beaches, other places to go, comment them down below. And if you have any questions, ask them. Don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe. Until next time, guys, stay off the beaten path.